Hello, everybody. Tangible Triumph here. Life, inspiration, motivation. And today's topic is the joy in the small things. Not everything has to be a celebration for the great things and the monumental movements. And it seems that these small accomplishments are forgotten. Waking up on time without an alarm, or perhaps not spilling your coffee on the way to work, or catching every green light instead of the red ones. For instance, look at the capabilities of ants as they travel amongst our world and create these fascinating structures that they live in and also inhabit by the thousands, if not millions. The capabilities of such a small creature that creates such a large structure. You have people that are considered ornithologists, right? And they observe birds. And they actually see and observe these small habits of different species of birds and specialize in the understanding of what each of those movements mean and what each sound signifies. In every continent, there's bizarre creatures. For instance, there's the Indian hornbill that actually mates with a female. The male mates with a female and then locks the female inside of a trunk by making cement with mud and makes a opening large enough for the female and the chick's beaks to poke out to receive food as he brings it to them. And this is all in protection of keeping that species alive, and so the chicks and female do not take on harm. Now, I mean, this is just one fascinating thing, an observation, and to me, it's beautiful to see that this observation was made and then understood as a species trying to protect itself. You know, the red-breasted nuthatch, it actually surrounds its nest with toxic resin, and it's sticky, right? And it lures in prey and keeps out prey, and will trap the bird's food in that resin around its neck, you know, in hopes that either it'll be able to feed itself or defend itself. These are just small little examples of odd occurrences that these are just little odd occurrences that happen that, you know, really show that there's these small little things that you can do every day and see joy in it. And for instance, the pen and paper and the ability to write is something that I take joy in, and the writing and the process is what is really creating my happiness, and the ability to portray my thoughts on paper or through the blog, which is at www.tangibletriumph.life, and also the outlet of being able to record insightful videos for the audience, you know, and not everything really has to be a huge movement. You know, take the time out of your day to wake up and smell the coffee. Wake up and see the things that maybe you had forgotten about. The things that bring you joy each and every moment throughout the day. Everything we do should be seen from a positive standpoint, and it's always in the hopes that it'll create happiness, success. Show gratitude. Life has weird, fascinating things that we can do and contribute to that we either see as challenges or accomplishments, right? And each and every one of these little things should be looked at from a standpoint to get joy out of it. the ability to communicate with family members. People are still here as support systems, right? Realize that anything could be looked at from a happy standpoint and a successful one. Joy is found everywhere. Around every corner, there's something that we can appreciate. We never have to ask the sun to arise in the morning. It's just there. But the warmness of the sun actually brings us a complete sense of it being there for us. Because without the sun, we would never be able to survive. It's like watching your favorite sports team play a game, right? And they're competing against a big opponent, and your team gets a goal. You celebrate with them, but at the end of the game, your team actually loses. Well, you were still celebrating at the goal. And you're not always going to win in the end. But the celebration of each accomplishment is necessary in keeping up with your mental health and attitude on a daily basis. It's a challenge to remain positive all the time, but when you find yourself in that equilibrium state where you can walk that fine line between positivity and negativity and really absorb what's going on around you, then you actually offer yourself an opportunity to be happy all the time. And I know we're all ungrateful at times. Everybody is. And that's just the reality of it. But think today outside of the box. What situations can you appreciate that you haven't yet appreciated? Bring insight to your life. Observe your life. Realize that we're all working together towards a common goal. It's okay to give yourself a pat on the back just because you think you did a good job today. It's completely necessary. And it's probably one of the most healthy habits you can form for yourself is to feel good about yourself and the things that you do. When it's cold out in the morning, nobody likes to go outside when it's cold out in the morning. But that condensation that you breathe out is a daily reminder that you're breathing involuntarily. And you woke up this morning able to go forward and move on through another day when some weren't given that opportunity. The joy in the small things will bring ultimate happiness to your life. You can have the nice car, you can have the nice house, you can have all the money in the world, but that will not bring you comfort. Money can only buy temporary happiness. It's not the car that brings you joy, it's the sense of accomplishment. And if you can match that sense of accomplishment to everything that you do throughout the day, I think you'll have a better outlook on how you approach each and every situation. Pay attention to the small things in life, and you'll begin to see what there is to be happy for. Joy is found when attention is paid. Keep your eyes open, keep your ears open, and sometimes keep your mouth shut. Look for the things in life that bring you enjoyment and make you smile. With that, yesterday we did host our live session, which has become our weekly podcast, where Chris and Will definitely dive into some subjects that are worthy of listening to. Yesterday we discussed a wide spectrum of things such as critical thinking, knowledge, wisdom, a lot of things that you can relate to your own life. So tune in. You can find that on Facebook, Anchor, Spotify, Apple. We're also uploading a lot of stuff to Instagram. Any platform, if you search for Tangible Triumph, we are there offering some sort of insight to improve your life. Don't forget, all rivers lead to the same ocean. Just don't swim upstream. Have an awesome day, everybody. Peace.